So, hello everyone. I am Archit Katare,
And I'm Dwarkesh Adurkar.
and I welcome you to the Social Crusaders podcast series. Today we have with us Ganesh Noye, who is currently studying at IIM Indore. Welcome, Ganesh. Welcome to the Social Crusaders.
Yeah, thank you, Akshat. First of all, thanks for inviting me. And yeah, I think this is a great initiative started by you. And yeah, I wish you all the best. Yeah, let's. I hope to discuss some pretty interesting things. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ganesh. So, we'll move on with the first question. Let's not call it a question, but a discussion between us. So,
Yeah.
there are many stories, blogs, and posts, and many articles about how to get into an IIM. And I think even you would have read those posts when you were in your graduate college. So,
Yeah.
but I would like to ask you, what is the difference between studying in a management institute and what is the difference between studying in an engineering institute? Both of them.
Well, let's say the difference is huge to start with. First of all, the teaching pedagogy that is incorporated at an institute like an IIM, that is completely different from what we see in an engineering college. For example, there's no a single guy with a PPT and just reading from it. That's not how we do it. So first of all, like everything is let's say in a session. The thought process is already determined as in how are they going to conduct any particular session, and we are given the case studies related to that topic, we already have, and so we have to prepare the day before, and like that the discussion takes place at the in the next class. That's how it actually happens. So you have to so the self study part, you can say that is common between an engineering college and an IIM, but it's let's say it's pretty much on a huge scale when you compare with an engineering college. uh, so uh, so the teaching pedagogy, as I mentioned, so there are these are real life cases, and also like some cases are prepared by faculties or any other case makers to incorporate all the concepts that are going to be taught. And these are that differentiates from an engineering class that is wholly on, let's say, theoretical basis. So there's a real life touch, if you can say. And yeah, apart from that, I think time, if we say, so time is a pretty precious tool that we have at our hands, and we don't realize its value during engineering. So like even let's say for me, during the first semester at an IIM, it's the most rigorous one that actually happens, because the summer placements takes place at the same time. Then you are being introduced to a lot many new subjects. In one semester, we had around 13 subjects in the first semester. So you can imagine how rigorous it might be. Because of that, the time becomes pretty precious, and you realize the value of time that you have actually. So that is a key differentiator, I would say.
So they take you like as an engineer inside. They take you in as an engineer and turn you into hypertaskers. Like in the first
Yeah,
semester itself, you're saying you have 13 subjects and the
yeah,
placements going on. Half
yes,
of those subjects are entirely new, if not all of them are
yeah,
entirely new to you guys. So
yes.
that's one thing. Do these case study have like did this case study happen every day? Like
Yeah, so like there are like sessions like in many subjects, mostly it's alternate days, as in there are two sessions allotted to one case study, and the discussion takes place over two sessions. So but yeah, like there are days like in one day we have to read 3 to 4 cases, and each case is around, let's say, 20 to 30 pages long. So that is there. So like sometimes it does, like we have to burn the midnight oil. And yeah, so the day stretches till easily the day stretches till 3 o'clock, and the
in the night.
classes are, Yeah, yes, yes, of course.
Oh.
Yeah. And the classes generally start at 9 o'clock. So, but like, yeah, initially it's like a very huge change, I would say, shifting from an engineer to, let's say, aspiring MBA graduate. But you get used to it, and when you get used to it, you actually know your own limits. That is there. Yeah.
So the key differences that you said were like, first one was about the case study thing that you do, the studies that
Yeah.
are happening through the case study. The second was time management that you mentioned. So मेरे को क्या
Yes.
लगता है कि between during their engineering undergraduate studies, it is
Mm-hmm.
not the same, but yes, अभी हम लोग को इंटरेस्ट था नहीं, तभी मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है. तभी कैसा था
Mm-hmm.
कि most of the students don't have that interest into engineering, and so even if you give them so much to study, they won't.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, ऐसा भी देखा है कि people who are literally into engineering, they actually do
Yeah.
medicine.
Yeah.
पर हम लोग को
Mm-hmm.
था
Yeah.
नहीं
Yeah.
इंटरेस्ट में. बट इन मैनेजमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट तुम लोग को करने का इंसेंटिव इतना होता है कि यू टेंड टू वर्क दैट हार्ड. और
Yeah, you
हम
can
लोग
say that. Yeah.
और हम लोग के सामने सा एक ग्लैमरस इमेज रहता है कि ओके आईआईएम में चले गए, तो एक मैनेजमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट में चले गए अच्छे से, तो एकदम रॉकिंग लाइफ रहेगा, इट विल बी वेरी ग्रेट. बट दे आर वर्किंग हार्डर देन व्हाट यू आर थिंकिंग राइट नाउ. बरोबर.
Like, yeah, speaking of incentives, maybe even one thing that comes into picture is, we have a like, there are various components while you grade a student. So in that, and yeah, the grading system at IIM is a normal curve making. So it is actually like, you distribute everyone in a normal distribution curve. So if you know what I mean. So
Yes,
like,
yes.
there are every time there are at least 3 to 4 students that are going to get a D grade, or they are going to fail. Yeah, and apart from that, like, there's a component, as I mentioned, that is called CP. It's called class participation points, pointers given to each student on basis of quality of discussion points that he is making, or new point of views that he is bringing up to the table. So these are also included while grading the final, like, it's also a component. So even that comes into picture. So like, if you don't read a case, so you won't be able to participate, and you will lose those points. Also, that is there.
Okay.
Also, like even if you read the case and if you don't participate, you lose those points. As
Yeah.
good as
Yeah.
well as not so.
Yeah.
Introverts, suno introverts.
So yeah, like,
So
introverts, yeah, like, even yeah, I've seen many people, that's not the case, yeah, but like, yeah, everyone has to participate. That is there, even if he or she is an introvert. It's a mandatory one, I think.
you know that situation where we are sitting in a class during engineering and during school also, we are sitting in a
Uh-huh.
class and we are just waiting that sir मेरे को क्वेश्चन ना पूछे, हम लोग आंखें घुमा लेते हैं. यार मेरे को ना पूछे. That is not going to work at IIM, right? That is not
No,
going to
no,
work
yeah.
there.
Yeah, like, there's one thing called cold calling. Yeah, even engineering, we have like, experienced that, but in IIM, like, particularly, let's say in my college, the seating arrangement is fixed for each and every student, and like, in front of that student is the name of the student written. So each and every professor can call out anyone, like, from randomly, and ask them questions. And if he is not able to, then, as I mentioned, he'll lose the class participation points.
Oh God.
अर्चित, मैं अगर कभी आईआईएम में गया ना, तो मैं जो बंदा एब्सेंट रहेगा ना उसके सीट पे जाके बैठ जाएगा. ज्यादा टेंशन चाहिए ही नहीं लाइफ में. पढ़
So
के नहीं आने
actually,
का ना ऐसा करना.
yeah, that jugaad, if you can say, that doesn't work, because the because the attendance takes place to, like, there's a two-way attendance, apart from biometric. So like, even there's a teaching assistant that does the attendance on a piece of paper, and he has the seating arrangement of each and every student. So if you are not sitting at your own place, then he'll mark absent. And even if you're even if you're present with a biometric attendance, they'll tally that. Yeah.
Oh God. Oh God, this is
So
Stressful है right?
so yeah, like yeah, it does seem pretty horrific, if you can say, initially, but yeah, you get used to it and you do find ways to get around.
So Ganesh, the
Yeah.
term jugaad is quite famous among the engineering graduates. Is it the same when you study management, or is it well organized? Let's say?
uh, yeah, like yeah, yeah, like take an example, like most of the around 80% of the people that come into an IIM are engineers. So you cannot get jugaad out of those people, so it's going to be there. So like as I mentioned, for example, I can give an example. If we have, let's say, 3 or 4 case studies to be read on one particular day, so that is not actually it's not going to actually happen that we can complete all these case studies by reading, like yeah, like it takes a lot of time. So like one thing that we do is we distribute the cases among our group, and we then explain the case to one another. So that reduces the time, and also we get to know the gist of it, as in what to
Teamwork.
expect. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah, teamwork, you can say. Yeah. So that is one jugaad. Yeah, apart from that, yeah, this is one of the most important jugaads, I think, that I have incorporated. And we are engineers, so yeah, you cannot distinguish the two. Yeah.
I might call it a strategy rather than a jugaad, because
Ah,
jugaad is something for temporary basis, as we have heard earlier. This is what you're doing for
Mhm.
the complete 2 years, and it is still working. So that is a strategy, might be. But during our engineering, we used to copy the assignments from somebody and then submit, or let's say submit the entire file to be copied itself. Or some other jugaad, like not doing the laboratory work and just copying the reading from someone else. This kind of
Mhm.
jugaad for just completing the assignments, does it happen at IIM also, or do you have to do it on your own?
Well, free riders, we call it free ride as these people as free riders. So yeah, these free riders are everywhere, not just an engineering college. So like mostly like sometimes there's a component called as group assignments. There's no instead of individual assignments, it's a group assignment. So people are divided into a group of 7 to 8 people, and they have to complete the given assignment. So there are times that 2 or 3 guys might not show up to the meeting, or might not complete it,
at all.
and yeah, 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 at all, and others have to take their burden as well. So yeah, this does happen. So yeah, that might be as you like relate to what example you mentioned. So yeah, that does takes place. So yeah.
Archit,
Hmm.
like, this is the high school all over again. Did you realize it's a high school में होता था पता है क्या? That
Ah,
one guy is doing all the work. Like it usually used to be the smartest guy among all of them, and everyone else used to. One or two guys would be like, कितना पैसा हो गया मेरे को बता दे. हाँ, चल चार्ट पेपर का कितना हो गया मैं देता है. 2 or 3 won't even show up. Like there always used to be this one guy who used to say कि I come I पक्का तू बोल खाली क्या चाहिए, and सीधा वो end के दिन पे submission के दिन पे दिखेगा.
सीधा
Yeah,
This is
सबमिशन
but
the
के
high
दिन में
school
भी.
thing all over again. पता है क्या?
yeah, like yeah, that might be taking this example to an extreme, but yeah,
हाँ,
that doesn't take place, of course.
okay.
Like even
A
in this
loser
group
example, I
people,
guess.
yeah, like these group people might complain to the faculty as well that this
Okay.
guy is not working, and we don't what do we do about it, or like you can deduct his participation or anything assignment points, as it's just us that are making, like doing the all hard work. So that also might take place. So it's not that easy as we have seen in let's say high school or engineering. Yeah.
The moral of the story is that whoever comes to IIM or any other good management institute, they're coming there to improve themselves, and they do it rigorously. ऐसे टाइम
Mhm.
पास नहीं करते उधर
Religiously.
जाके.
नहीं करते हाँ.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
उधर जाके
Like there's so much to lose, of course. Like yeah, like we have taken like the hard work that we have put in, and also one factor is the fee that we are paying. So no one actually wants to waste this
कितना
opportunity
फी
that is
रहता है
there.
इन लोग का, कितना फी रहता है, देखा है
And
क्या? कितना फी
नहीं नहीं, डिस्कस नहीं
ऐसे।
करते, डिस्कस नहीं करते, मेरे को एडिट करना पड़ेगा
वही
फिर,
तो
yeah.
मेरे
So
को
like
विक्का वाला
yeah,
एडिट करना पड़ेगा फिर.
the competition, yeah, the competition is also one factor. No one wants to get left behind,
Okay.
so it actually pushes you.
So during our undergraduate
Hmm.
studies, there is this BTech project, and so we are
Hmm.
assigned some faculties for individual groups. Is it the same at
Hmm.
IIM?
BTech project as in
A
for a whole
project
one
for
year, you
your
say?
management.
No, like not really. We have projects for each course, but not for like
Ultimate
not as
project.
a general one. Yeah, there's no general one. So like yeah, we I had many projects for individual courses that ran through a whole semester. But yeah, like there's no individual like general project as such.
Can you discuss one of the projects that you did during the management years, within that 1 year time period, which you loved the most?
We were working with a, company for marketing research. So it was launching a new product in the market. So we had to do a competitive analysis and suggest what way should it go regarding, let's say, social media marketing, the sales channels. So for that, we had to conduct a marketing research with the targeted audience. So that was yeah that was one of the I think important projects that I had done. It was a group project, and our target audience was around from age group of 30 to 45, something like that. So we did conduct many specialty interviews with the industry experts. So we had conducted many specialty interviews with, let's say, gym trainers and doctors and whatnot, and also conducted a survey of around 250 participants. Uh, and yeah, like we came up with the insights after analyzing the data through there's a software called as SPSS. So on that, like we take the data collected from the surveys and analyze it and come up with an insight, as in is there any relation between, let's say, two questions. For example, if a person is male, then is he more inclined towards fitness, like just an example. So like we try to generate insights like this, and yeah, recommend them to the company. Yeah, that was
डेटा
pretty
एनालिटिक्स ना,
interesting project.
डेटा
Sorry.
एनालिटिक्स, डेटा
uh,
एनालिटिक्स राइट बेसिकली,
Data
ट्रेंड्स
analytics,
फ्रॉम द डेटा.
not clearly. Yeah, but this is not hardcore data to be exact. Like a
ओके
marketing
ओके.
survey, as in there will be a question, as in on a scale of 1 to 7, how much do you agree or disagree towards following statement. So from that statement, yeah, you get a score from 1 to 7, right? So using that score, we analyze. So it's not hardcore data analytics, I'd say, as such. But yeah,
So this
it's
complete,
marketing.
so
Yeah.
this complete internship was online, right? Uh,
This wasn't an internship. This was a
Project.
live
Okay.
project. Yeah.
Live project. So this was at campus when you were at campus.
Yes, yes, yes.
And so, who was invigilating the process? Who was looking after if you're doing good or bad?
Yeah, there was a faculty, like this was actually a subject, marketing research.
Okay.
So under that faculty itself, with the collaboration with another company, we were doing this project. So the faculty and the company executives both were actually mentoring the project, if you can say.
Okay. And so, how
Mhm.
many of you students were doing the project on under that faculty, so that we can come to know that what was the student teacher ratio while doing the project?
Mhm. Okay. So like this was actually, as I mentioned, an academic project per se, because this was for whole. This was related to. This was, let's say, compulsory for that course. So like all of the students actually took up the all of the students that were allotted to that faculty were under his mentorship. So that makes around 80 students. So yeah, there were around 10 groups of 8 students each, 10 to 12 groups, 80 to 100 students, I might say. There
Oh,
are two sections. So like from each section, we had these many groups. Yeah. So
so
this was just an academic project. But if you take up, let's say a specialty or a live project under a faculty, that is completely different. So that is just say 3 to 4 students under one faculty. That is completely different.
okay, that is an option if you want to take it or not.
No, no, like you have to actually pursue it. Like there's no option as such. Like you have to continue asking the faculty, like I want to do this project under you, and let's say, and yeah. So if he approves, only then you can do it. The, huh?
Okay, recording चालू कर दो अर्केश.
हाँ.
Okay, allow record. पूछ दो अर्केश.
Record नाही झाला actually. Okay. Ganesh, my next question to you is like, how is like the diversity at an IIM per se? Like, as from different professions, as well as the gender diversity, as well as like
Hey.
even from like बाहर से भी state से भी कैसे लोग आते हैं? कैसे diversity कैसे describe करोगे?
So, diversity in the sense, let's say there are many factors to segregate. First of the factors is fresher versus an work experience guy. So that diversity, I can say it's around the same. I think like at IIM Indore specifically, I've seen like yeah around 50 or you can say 55-45, as in 55% freshers and 45% work ex guys. So like yeah, it's almost you can say almost the half. Uh, Gender wise, I think 60-40 around that, it might be there. So yeah, it actually depends. Like yeah, many IIMs have various parameters while selecting the students also. As yeah, like so it actually depends from college to college. So you cannot generalize this. Uh, so yeah, like and also the location plays a part in a particular IIM. So for example, for IIM Indore, most of the I can say around 50%, 40 to 50% people are from actually Maharashtra and nearby states. So the
Any
location
specific
also.
reason? As a specific reason to it?
No, no, like as yeah, location wise, as in it's nearer to Maharashtra.
Proximity. Okay.
Yeah, proximity. Yeah. So like one of the those reasons also uh, does affect these diversity ratios is what I've noticed. So like actually like from Maharashtra, yeah, I did find not say let's say 50%, but around 35 to 40%. So I think mostly people are from Maharashtra and let's say Gujarat and nearby states. Yeah, there are people from Kerala or even Northeast or even from the Punjab and all that, Haryana. But yeah, like the proximity plays a greater role. Like yeah, irrespective of actually what we believe in.
Okay. So while working in this
Another
group,
one. Both of you.
while working in these groups project, so in a group
Yeah.
there are people with work experience and people with without work experience, as you said.
Yes.
So
Yes.
तब क्या
Yes.
situation रहता है? Do they try to dominate or is it the same?
There's this concept of let's say point of view, because workex people have, of course, like they have their own experiences and their own views on a particular thing, and they might know better than a fresher, let's say. But a fresher brings in a fresh perspective actually, like that might not be, let's say, how a workex guy has looked at the same thing. So yeah, so like a dominance that as such like doesn't takes place. Yeah, there's one leader, of course, in each and every a leader emerges in each and every group. That you cannot call it as a dominance, but he conducts the proceedings in a group assignment or a group project, as in bringing everybody together, bringing everybody on the same page, and getting like distributing the work, like all that is done. Like you cannot call it a dominance.
Tell us about your
Yeah.
internship. How did you get
Mhm.
one? Your experience at your office culture, your
Mhm.
learnings, and the final report or the final outcomes that you got from the internship.
So yeah, the placements. So the placement process is actually a huge part of any college's life. So this process starts with like there are many steps to this process. The first step is a resume shortlisting. So each and every company they shortlist some, like of course they cannot interview and conduct group discussions among all the students. So they shortlist the people on basis of some points, and these points like yeah, we can estimate them, but there's no general thing that this leads to this or this leads to this. So you cannot put a finger on it. Yeah, there are many factors that come into picture, like 10th 12th scores, or your graduation scores, or the position of responsibilities that you have held, and your academic co-curricular achievements. So all these things are there. And for each and every profile, it's different. For example, let's say for marketing role, they might consider your position of responsibilities to give it a higher importance. Or let's say in an operation role, as you can understand, like similar things takes place. So yeah, for me, for my internship company, the initial step was the resume shortlisting. And yeah, so after that, actually directly we were called to interview rounds. So I went through two interview rounds, and me and one of my friend, so the we two people were selected to do the summer internship at this particular company. So this company is an actually Indonesian firm, and they are actually into in India they have a subsidiary. So here they were basically into it was a B2B business. It was related to animal husbandry, and they actually yeah, this was the internship role that I was selected for. This was a new venture from them to open fresh meat stores across in the city of Pune, starting with the city of Pune, I might say. My role particularly was more inclined towards operations and mix of strategy, you might say. Actually, so while opening these new stores, so the logistics part of that store, that was handled by me, and also the store locations part, as in the store rollout. So these were broadly the two main things that I did. So for logistics part, I had to find out for let's say for any customer that places an order during the store. So that has to be taken from, first of all, that has to be sourced from, let's say, a farmer. The meat has to be sourced towards the store. Then from that store it has to be delivered to a particular customer. So this is called as first mile and last mile in delivery terms. So I had to find first mile, mid mile, last mile partners for our these stores. So that analysis I did, and I did finalize one first mile and one last mile partners. So we are actually onboarding process is actually going on. Mostly everything is done. So these all things were conducted by me. And also on a strategy point of view, I can say that the store rollout plan. So for example, initially the store rollout plan for this particular company was to open in a cluster strategy, as in a radius of 3 to 4 kilometers there'll be many, like 2 or 3 stores in a particular cluster. But due to COVID-19 situation, this plan took a hit. So we were looking for alternatives for the same. So with competitive analysis and all that, like I actually came up with a idea that we can have a bigger circles, circles with bigger radii, and we can cover most of the area first through, as we had shifted the focus from offline to online during the COVID-19 times. So this plan was actually what paved the way for our new store rollout, and we are starting the stores. I think we have finalized 4 stores in the phase 1, and we are trying to cover maximum area as possible initially, and then fill the gaps. So yeah, that part was actually, yeah, formulated by me. So broadly I can say these two things. And yeah, like the company culture, you can say, as this was like, yeah, I found the company culture as pretty it was a pretty young team. My mentor, and like my mentor was a strategy head, and also I work with the marketing head of the company. So these were very pretty young people. So in that way the company culture was pretty good. And it was pretty flexible as well, as in there was no fixed working hours. We were given tasks, like we had a meeting, let's say twice or thrice a week, and we were given particular tasks to be completed, and we had to show them in the next meeting, the presentation or calculation, whatever things that I had done. So the company working was like that. There's no fixed timing, as in you have to work 9 to 5 each day, and like that. So it was that flexible. And yeah, so I just completed my internship, and the final review has also taken place. So yeah, that was how my
Congratulations,
experience.
Ganesh. Congratulations about completing your
Yeah,
internship.
yeah.
And
Thank you.
Can you imagine? Archit, can you imagine, like these are the kind of intern, this is what an internship is. इंजीनियरिंग में हम लोग वो सर्टिफिकेट वाला इंटर्नशिप करते हैं, पता है क्या मतलब?
हाँ, सर्टिफिकेट
ऐसा
वाला करते हैं।
जाने का उधर वो लोग सर्टिफिकेट देंगे, 15 दिन बाद एक नंबर काम हो गया, वो रेज्यूमे में चिपकाएंगे, लिंक्डइन पे कॉपी डालेंगे, हो गया.
हो गया.
Just
और
imagine the kind of exposure like Ganesh could have got. From that, like he told, the last man and the first man. Like imagine the amount of people he would have met to like finalize the final person. Imagine
Mhm.
the mentorship ऐसे. इतना मस्त चीज है
because
ऐसा.
अपने को ऐसा लगता है कि because whatever internships I have done, they are not
Mhm.
let's say not call it a paid internship, but the strategies that we would make were not improvised, or they were not true. They were hypothetical. They used to listen to us and then leave it. Okay, you are an undergraduate. ये किधर use करेंगे? But whatever
Yeah, yeah.
strategies you made and whatever decisions you took, they were
Mhm.
been improvised, और उसके basis पे वो लोग ने company चला रहे हैं अभी. So you are kind of a
Yeah.
person who gave a boost to a company at a very early stage.
Yeah, like, actually, this depends on a company to company. It actually depends. For example, if a like, yeah, this is a big company, but this venture that they had started, so it was at a very early stage. So at that stage, maybe like they did take inputs from us, but let's say a very established firm like SBI or Yes Bank, so these firms come into picture, and like you have been given a project, and you like, yeah, so like the implementation part, that solely depends on the company executives, and it will also depend on how the company works, and how like if they are actually willing to implement your solutions, and how effective are your solutions in the first place. That is also there.
So what do you think, that working in a big company, a renowned company is good, or working in a startup or a new venture is good?
The
So
working wise, huh? this is experience wise.
हाँ.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, learning and experience wise, I think startup would give you a whole lot of exposure, and you get to like you are not restricted to one section as such. Like I had a like I actually participated in many meetings that was actually related to marketing of the this we had many meetings with the marketing agencies, you know, related to our for branding of our new stores. So even that, like I think I could do it because of the company culture and how it was. I think if it's a pretty huge firm, so it becomes much restricted, I think. So yeah, for example, I've interned at Air India during
Yeah.
my engineering. So that was that was completely opposite experience, if I can say, because like there was no learning, and we were given even the internship was not objective based, you can say. Like we were just given some random work to do. We helped the employees in random work, and we just completed the internship. So like that's not how an internship at an like MBA level works, because you are given specific targets and specific projects. You have specific objectives that you have to work upon. So it gives a yeah, that is one thing. So if you are working in an, let's say, a huge organization, so there's a structure to your internship that is there. So I actually, let's say, I got a mix of both, you know. Because in a startup, it also might be a case that there's no structure and you are just doing random things. You are doing anything that comes, and yeah, there's no final output as such. So that also can takes place. So there have to be a correct mix, I think. So in that case, established firms are have a good advantage because they have a specific process that they provide, as in this is what you have to do, this is your what is expected of you, and this is what you have to do. So that is so these are the differences.
That is great. That is great. We ये अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिला यार कभी करने को. ये मिलना चाहिए एक बार तो. Whether we get into an IIM or not, ये अपॉर्चुनिटी चाहिए.
Yeah, also yeah, they do they do back check on your whatever inputs that you are providing. It was not just that I suggested something and they implemented it blindly.
Okay.
It was like that they we conducted research for the, let's say, the strategy that I had mentioned. It is called a dispersed store strategy. So we did a competitive analysis. We found that many companies are actually implementing this. It's not just it won't be just us that are going to do this. And you are so yeah, so the mentors and the executives that I had worked with, so even they back checked the decision, and only after completely analyzing it is when we went ahead. And yeah, this is also one thing that I noticed. So even if the decision is not that big, so the background analysis that goes into that decision is pretty huge. For example, you know, deciding a first mile and last mile partner. So for that I had to conduct many types of calculations and many scenario analysis, as in if the number of orders are like this and we are going with this delivery partner, so what will be the cost. So that that scenario analysis was pretty in depth. And yeah, so even for a decision like that, they the amount of hard work and amount of thinking that goes into that decision is what I noticed was pretty incredible.
Uh, so I would like to ask one question.
Hmm.
During our college days and undergraduate engineering days, we had projects, or let's say not projects given by the professors, but other projects. Let's say uh, a Robocon team which makes robots, or let's say a racing team which makes cars, or some other teams
Hmm.
which make thermal products and everything like that. So they have a set timetable to follow. They make it on Microsoft projects, as you know, the Gantt charts and the timetables, and also there are
Uh-huh.
softwares to be used. So is it
Mhm.
that the culture at IIM is software oriented, or is it just verbal? Do you have to do anything on the software, make anything on the software, like use programming, or is it just that you do it on PPT and make some research?
Also, like as I said, like it depends on project to project. Like, what's the profile that you're working in? Like, for example, if I'm given a if my project is related to, let's say, marketing research, as I had mentioned, so I was bound to use a software related to that. So I mentioned one name, SPSS.
Yeah.
So in that, like it's a mandatory one, as in we have to analyze the data using that software and or similar software and come up with insights. So that depends solely on what type of work that actually you're doing. So if you are analyzing, let's say, if you are in a finance role and you are analyzing each and every company's, let's say, balance sheet or profit and loss statements, and coming up with insights, so you will use Excel the most. But yeah, like you might use other softwares also. Programming and coding as the same. Like if your role demands that, then yeah, these are just the tools to actually help you with taking decisions. And yeah, so but yeah, like the output, you can say that depends on what type of tools you use. So it's not just dependent on the tools, you can say. We use them as complementary
Helping
things.
hands. हाँ,
Yeah,
helping hands.
yeah.
Main work is done by you guys. There's always this thing, in fact, अर्चल माहिती आहे का, आपण असं विचार करायला गेलो ना, then you always have, like you said ना, कि अपना बहुत matrixized जैसे पूरा ordered structured company है, and startup में जाएंगे तो you always have to find a balance, and दोनों side में profit है. मतलब अगर if you go to work in a startup or start working in a startup ना, then you
Mhm.
get that exposure, and when you work in a structured organization you get that structure. उससे organization आता है life को. ऐसे तो
Yeah.
दोनों साइड ऐसे बैलेंस होता है वैसे देखने में. My next question to you is, due to COVID-19,
Hmm.
1 year of your IIM journey was spent on campus, and now you have your second year studying at home. Do you
Yeah.
feel the difference, and how big this difference is?
Yeah, of course, like there's going to be a huge difference. And yeah, like my classes start actually next week, so I haven't experienced it personally, but like the experience of internship is a example enough, I think. Like internship was supposed to be a huge example of how the things actually takes place at an organization, how to conduct, like how to be, like the corporate exposure. But I didn't get that, sadly, our whole batch. So there are huge differences, I think. Like we had a talk with our seniors, like how the things work. And they were like, yeah, like you actually missed out on this one, because like working from home and being in a corporate and working with those people face to face discussing things is a wholly different scenario. And the same thing can be said for academics as well. So let's say we are having a class of marketing, and you want to hear various point of views of people. Like that's how a discussion goes on in a class. And when you suggest different things, so that might not be that smooth on a Zoom meeting, as it will be complete chaos. So yeah, there is going to be a big difference. And like our faculty is also trying to bridge the gap as much as they are, as much as they can. Like they are providing the all the course material online. And also, like they said that they are going to have, a board behind them, along with the like Zoom meet, like a PPT or anything, to try to bridge the gap, as in you are standing just in front of me. but yeah, there are going to be actual obvious gaps. So actually we'll see as the thing progresses, so how those work out. And also like in the group projects and anything, group tasks, so that is also going to be a huge challenge, I think, like because in a group task you sit together and you discuss things and you come up with something. So you'll have to do that again on a Zoom meeting or any like uh, yeah, so video calling app.
स्पॉन्टेनियस नहीं होगा
So
ना इतना वो चीज,
yeah.
बिल्कुल भी स्पॉन्टेनियस नहीं होगा.
Mhm.
ऐसा सोच ना जी, अपना किसी कंपनी के प्लेसमेंट का जीडी ऐसे जूम मीटिंग पे हो रहा है, कैसे
Yeah,
like किसी को तो म्यूट ही हो जाएगा, एक बंदा तो like सुनाई भी नहीं देगा, ऐसे इतने लोग बात
exactly.
कर रहे हैं.
देख ना, अगर अगर तेरा जीडी अगर जूम पे होने वाला है, सो इट विल आल्सो डिपेंड अपॉन योर कनेक्टिविटी. सो अगर तेरा कनेक्टिविटी अच्छा है और तेरा रिफ्रेश रेट अच्छा है, तो you get the
ज्यादा
chance
पार्टी
of going ahead. So now it's not only about yourself, but also the technology that you are using. So if you're technically ahead of others, you actually win the race. You have the chance to win the race.
You have
ऑल्सो
the
द
chance.
सिटी यू आर लिविंग इन, लाइक एक मुंबई में बहुत अच्छा इंटरनेट कनेक्शन है, और
पुणे
अगर
में
आप
भी अच्छा है.
नागपुर औरंगाबाद, हाँ पुणे में भी अच्छा है, ये सिलिकॉन सिटी इज काइंड ऑफ.
Yes.
Mhm.
इफ यू गो टू नागपुर, नासिक नहीं, नागपुर औरंगाबाद साइड, वहाँ का कनेक्शन थोड़ा वीक है.
Like they are actually giving a chance to people as in who are facing these problems, you know.
Okay.
So my college specifically, they are asking these students if they face such problems, they have a chance to come at the campus and stay there, be quarantined there, stay there, and they won't be able to get out. But the classes will take place online even for them. So
Okay.
that is there.
So they
So
I
can
read
go.
this somewhere. I read this somewhere.
So they can go to the library also and the computer lab also to access, to have the access.
yeah, everything is open in the campus. Actually, there's already a batch actually, EPGP course
Okay.
that is already going on in the campus, and these they are yeah, everything is open, mess and everything. So yeah, that's not an issue.
There are so
Mhm.
many people at an undergraduate level of many other streams who want to pursue
Yeah.
MBA, or let's say they want to pursue a management course later on in their life. And so, how do
Mhm.
we start from the early stages, right? From the second year or from the first year itself, or let's say, how do we find those management based internships, management based work so that it builds our profile in a better way?
Okay. Uh, firstly, I think you have to find a stream that you like, or you think you are going to enter into that stream. So, for example, if you like marketing, so I think by taking up more positions of responsibilities in the college, for example, any council committee or anything like that. So that it's not a as I mentioned earlier, it's not uh, surety thing, as in this will give you an edge, or this will help you. But these are the things that generally help you, may or might not. But of course, like these position of responsibilities and all these things, they actually groom you better and improve your personality. So that is that. And yeah, like regarding the internships, even the undergraduate people can do internships in in the roles that you are interested in. For example, even you can even an engineering student can get an internship in digital marketing or such, if you look on LinkedIn or Internshala. So that is not a problem. Even like I have a friend who is who is an engineering graduate, and he did his internship at supply chain role at Starbucks actually. Yeah, these opportunities might be hard for an engineering graduate. That is there. Yeah, that I agree with, because in that role, those people will always prefer MBA graduate or MBA student. So that is there. But I think yeah, you can get you have these opportunities, and if you are fixated on this is what I want to do, then yeah, you might be able to get these internships or these projects that are aligned to your profile.
Okay. So while basically while at an undergraduate level, I did an internship
Mhm.
myself, which was just cold emailing to some professors and getting into
Mhm.
a good institute for doing a project under a professor, as you said. So
Mhm.
requesting them over and over, sending them mails till the
Yeah.
point they get irritated and they mail back so that don't email me, or let's say come and meet me or call me. So even
Yeah.
Dwarkesh did many internships based on this data science and web development and
Mhm.
those things.
Mhm.
So I think
Yeah.
when it comes to management based courses, it is more about negotiating with others. And so you need to put your point forward by talking with your speaking with your mouth. And so it depends upon how you speak, how you negotiate with the professors, and how you're going to get the internship. But and at an undergraduate level, in a let's say data science or let's say programming based project, you have to
Mhm. Mhm.
complete the task. You have to show that you are capable of doing the programming. You have to capable of being be able to complete the task on time. And then so it is about
Mhm.
both demand different capacities of work. And so I
Yeah. Yeah.
think
Yeah. That is so. Like, yeah. Any profile will have its own, let's say, requirements. If you can put it that way. So yeah, initiative. For example, in a marketing or sales role, initiative is a must, and you'll have to, like, no one's going to do the your work for you. You have to take initiative and get behind people. That is always there. But yeah, like as you mentioned, even Dwarkesh is a good example, as in not just related to your engineering stream, but you can get opportunities related to what you like, and that might be helpful in, let's say, higher studies in like MBA or MS. So on your interest, and when you get those opportunities, I think, yeah, it is I think a good example how you can get these opportunities.
so. The phase during the undergraduate school when everyone is getting placed and you are still
Yeah.
uncertain and kept preparing for CAT. So this is the condition that I guess all the freshers while preparing for CAT face. So how
Yeah.
did that feel that all the students are getting placed, all your friends, and you were under peer pressure कि तेरा कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है. तो तब क्या किया?
Yeah, that I think is one of the most difficult phases a person can go through, because I think in our college placement mil gaya, to I think like there's a different feel
Diwali.
to that. Yeah. So like it's almost like, yeah, okay, like yeah, it's taken as a huge accomplishment, which, yeah, it is, but I think there's a huge it creates a huge pressure for people that are not opting for placements or doing something differently. So yeah, that was also the case, I think. Yeah, but I think my friends and family supported me in that phase is what matters the most. Is because even when, let's say, my friends were getting placed, but they were also helping me, or like they were with me when I was not going, like I did not opt for placement for many companies, and my friends got placed into those companies. So like, yeah, so it when you don't get placed after, let's say, appearing for many companies, you are not getting placed, and also your preparation for CAT is getting a hit, and then that creates a problem, I think, like. And that's a huge pressure at that point, because you feel like, okay, I'm not getting placed, and also like I'm not able to concentrate on one thing, as in I'm not even preparing at my best for placements, and also I'm not able to prepare at my best for CAT. So you are left stranded in the middle, as actually. So that is a difficult phase, I think. And yeah, everyone goes through it, the fresher people. I think, yeah, what I did was I had taken, I got placed, luckily, in a like in a company in a non-core role. So there was no burden on me to join that company as well. There are rules from our college that when you get placed in a core company, then you have to join it. There's a pressure created from that side also. So but yeah, like hopefully I did get placed, and that relieved some of the pressure, so I could concentrate fully on CAT. But I don't think not everyone might be in the same situation. So that is there. I think is, yeah, like it all depends on how your friends and family support you, and if they are with you in that phase. And if you get a like when you get the motivation that okay, like if even if I don't get placed, or I don't get through CAT, so it's not the end of the road for me. I will try again, or I will get placed afterwards also. Like there's this thing that after in the last semester, not many companies come in our college. So you have to, if you have to, you have to get placed in the seventh semester only. Otherwise you won't get placed.
It
So
gets very
that,
tough in the end because MBA
yeah,
वाले लोग बच जाते हैं, GATE वाले लोग भी बच जाते हैं, and end में companies भी कम आते हैं. So it gets
yeah,
very tough in
exactly.
the February phase.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, exactly. So I think if yeah, like we as students, maybe like if we can like Chit was a TPC, so if we can get companies evenly in the last semester as well, so that might help get the slightly the burden off from the students, that okay, if I don't succeed, I do have a chance that I will appear for placements, and okay, I might crack it. And even if okay, like even if you don't succeed, so there has to be someone who tells you that okay, it's not the end of the road. You will have other chances in life, and yeah, you will prepare, like, you can prepare next year, and we will see. So that is, I think, one of the most important things. Like you have to be there for that person, is what I think, during that phase.
In fact, if there is one thing that you take home from this podcast, it has to be this.
Yeah.
Like even after you don't crack it, then there is this hope. That is not the end of your life. उसके बाद और एक बार try करो.
Yes.
Company placement is always available. तुम कहीं पर भी जाके off campus placement हमेशा ले सकते हो.
Yes.
And
Yes,
so
yes.
I think like previously we had this off campus, on campus basis. Now due to COVID-19 is all off campus because everybody is online.
Yeah.
And what I feel is right now someone is in the 12th standard, let's say completed the 12th boards and want to get into a engineering institute. Now they have to face a situation that everybody is at home and I'm going to the first year. So the feeling of getting into a college as a fresher is not going to be the same anymore.
Yes.
As we know, we had the cultural events and the technical events that were
Freshers as well.
because overcrowding is not an option anymore, and this is going to be there for a quite more time now. And so we should, instead of focusing of अगर on campus रहेगा तो place हो जाएगा, off campus में कितना competition है, now we have to face the competition because everybody is off campus. So everything will be based on the talent and the capacity that you have to crack something.
The skills you acquire.
Skills you acquire.
Yeah, like, but yeah, as we discussed earlier, like, it's not the end of the road. There are many factors that come into the picture. Luck being one of the most important ones. Like you cannot control all these things. Like there might be a thing that you did prepare very well during the like before the CAT, and during the exam you were not able to perform that better, or there was something that that led to one of the sections you messed up. So that can happen, and because of that, overall score gets really messed up, and that yeah, so these things can happen. And like it even after the CAT, I think interviews part so even there, so you don't know how it's going to pan out. So you can do your bit and hope for the best, but yeah, like these things are not in your hand. Like, you can do what's in your hand and just hope for the best. It's what I feel.
So Dwarkesh, do you either see the difference between the people that we are taking podcast with and us? Is that ये सेम क्वेश्चन जब हम लोगों ने एक दूसरे पॉडकास्ट में अथर्व पगारे नाम का एक दोस्त है हमारा, and we asked him this question, and he told the same thing, that what is, you cannot worry about what is not in your hands. You can do things what is in your control. And you see the mindset of these people. अभी गणेश भी वही बोल रहा है कि तेरे तेरे जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग में तेरे जो हाथ में है, you have to pull that first, and that is what he is doing right now. And there are so many students who get internship, there are so many not. So we see on LinkedIn that I have lost my job, I have no source of income.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
say
Yes,
I'm
yes.
in the second year of my management course and I still don't have an internship. But he has done it. So it's not that he's great, but he has a mindset and he has some strategies which has let him do that. So can you share one of that strategies कि first year में क्या सोचा था कि that if I want an internship मैंने क्या क्या करना चाहिए?
Okay, so one of the as I discussed, we have discussed the process. So one of the most important thing that you can do is prepare a good resume. And I think we had discussed Archit earlier regarding the same. So like when you put in points on your resume, till your engineering, we don't actually have an idea how to actually prepare a resume. When you have to showcase what output that you had during your internship or any project, so that is what companies look for. So trying to frame your resume points in such a way to showcase your output is one of the most important things. And during placements, you have to there are many factors that you have to take care of. One of them being you'll also have to take care of current current affairs scenarios. So like the group discussions and all that takes place over those topics. So even when you follow business news, so you get a gist of how things are planning out, and that helps you in group discussions and everything. And also I think even interviews, the same thing. Like there are things like any current affairs news or something related to like business, so they might come up in your interview as well. And if you have fairly that idea, so that will make an impression. So like in an interview there are many like phases, like for example hr is one, like HR questions are one phase, then another being your technical questions, and then your general knowledge in this one. So you have to prepare like at all ends. So yeah, like there's no one thing you have to do and you will get it right. So that's what I've learned. You must yeah, you'll have to prepare on all these three things, and just hope for the best that yeah, the interview goes well. Yeah.
Build truly appealing resumes and prepare like on all fronts, a congression of topics from current affairs to what to say if HR asks you, what if I don't give you this job or sell me this pen, से लेके technical points सब prepare करके रखेगा.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
can you?
like yeah, most importantly, you must have a story, is what I've
To tell.
noticed.
Okay, so the
Yeah,
storyteller.
yeah, storyteller. And also you have to frame your story as in why you have taken all these decisions that you have taken, and what's the logic behind them, and you have to justify those decisions. So that is also one of the most important things that comes up, and it really helps. Yeah, also one thing I remember from my own experience is when you are facing an interview for a company, when you research that company inside out, everything related to that company, what that company does, uh, how many countries is
Projects
that
वगैरह.
company
हाँ
in,
हाँ हाँ.
their business model, everything. Even in my interview I also mentioned like I had researched a lot. And when the interviewer asked me listening all this, like who's the managing director of our company, and I also knew the same. And I think he was actually sitting in front of the interviewer, so I heard her and that person laugh. So like this was like, these things create an impression. when you like, this shows that you actually want to come into that company. So you have done your bit, you have done your research. So these are the things. So you will get to know these things when you actually enter the field. Yeah.
Archit, you remember when our PPT happened, we were asked the full form of our company's name, and there was not one person in the room who could name that company's full form. Which was like, imagine being in the shoes of that person who's giving the presentation, the PPT. He's saying like, "हमारी company का full form क्या है?" And no one in the room is, out of 180 people, no one is able to answer that question.
That is,
Out of
yeah,
fear, I don't know. Like, what?
yeah, like that will create a very bad impression, I would feel, because the person who is interviewing will expect you to know basics about his company. And if you outperform, as in, if you if you indicate that you have actually done more than the basics, then it will create an impression and it will give you an edge. That's what worked in my favor in my interview. Yeah.
uh, uh, the Ganesh, you were explaining me about how to build a resume based on points, कि ये इतना स्कोर है और इतना उसको एक नंबर के फॉर्म में दे सकते हैं कि मैंने इतने लोगों को फुटफॉल बनाया, और
Yes,
स्टैटिस्टिक्स के बेसिस पे रिज्यूमे बिल्ड कर सकते हैं. सो कैन यू गिव अ ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन टू व्हाट दैट इज?
So for any resume point must not be a theoretical one, as in, I did this, I say I went through this training, I learned this, but what was the use? Like, did you use that to do something that helped the company? Or like, so in that terms, like, you'll have to prepare your resume in output basis, as in, what was the output of the actions that you took and how that helped the company, or any like in your project also. For example, you did 10% cost reduction due to your methods, or you increase the footfall by 15% to this number. So these are the ways to these points make a better impact than, I managed a cultural festival during my third year, and compare this with, I I manage a cultural festival with 25 members under me, with 1200 people as the footfall in the 3 days. So you can see the difference, right?
Quantitatively speaking, like try to speak as quantitatively as possible in the resume. One line के अंदर summarize करके, ऐसे?
Yeah. Yes, you can say that.
So because our resumes are filled with was a host at cultural festival, and my hobby is swimming, or let's say I did an internship at this company. That's it. This is what the resume is filled with at an undergraduate level.
Like,
And
Yeah, exactly. Like,
most
even
particular thing is the sorry, speak.
yeah. No, this is the same thing. Like, even in my undergraduate, even my resume looked like the same. So I understood these things when I came here. So that's why I was telling Archit regarding the same, to not make the same mistakes, I think. So these are the things people look for during in a resume, and these things can differentiate you. And like, lastly, you are trying to differentiate yourself from the crowd. That's what it is. All these processes, group discussion, interview, resume. So these things, you are trying to differentiate yourself, and this is one of the important factors here.
So after Ganesh told me that this is the method of making a resume based on those values and numbers. So what I did was I went to Ganesh's this LinkedIn profile, and then I checked his connections and then their connections, so that I come to know what are people from I'm Indore making, how are they making their resumes. So I stalked a lot of people, maybe so many people that now the posts coming on my feed are from I am Indore. So I am Indore. I'm not even into IIM. I'm not even preparing for CAT right now. I'm placed in a company, but I'm getting these posts and messages on my feed, which are from those legit people who are taking so many efforts to build those resumes. And I checked into resumes, and it reflected that whatever Ganesh had told me, it's the same. It's the same. जस्ट दैट बिफोर वो बोलने से पहले मुझे मालूम ही नहीं था कि ऐसा होता है, तो मैं सब पढ़ के छोड़ देता था. पर अब जो जब भी उसने मुझे बोला, those 3 sentences of I was a host at a cultural festival converted into I was a host at a cultural festival where there were 2000 students sitting on the during the event, and
Yeah, yeah.
my swimming is my hobby converted to I swim for 1 kilometer every day, and I did an internship at an XYZ company converted into I I improved the efficiency of the company by 30% in just 1 month. It just converted into those sentences, and they
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
amazing. And when it showed
Yes.
to my colleagues in college and my friends, they were amazed. Ki, yes, this differentiates things. And
I being one of them. I being one of them. I called Archit and told him, Archit, क्या है ये? क्या किधर से बनवाया तू ये? Professional काम है.
so it things that people come to, even Ganesh knows that there are many institutes which tell them, okay, we can tell you how to make a resume in just 2 days, or let's say just 90 minutes, and they're all fake. They're all fake. And what an undergraduate told me about how to make a resume, because when you go to the industry and ask a person with 10 years experience how to make a resume, he'll give you shit answers. He'll not answer you at the first place. They will not entertain you. But the point of doing a podcast with a person who is right now at IIM or right now at a management institute, we underestimate the power of a youth. And that's what I want to prove, that when I asked Ganesh that how to do this, he gave me a straightforward answers which worked directly. Which worked directly, not even in 90 minutes, in just 2 minutes. And that is what we are expecting right now. Yes, Ganesh, do you want to tell anything about this?
No, no, yeah, I'm really glad that actually you did implement these things, and I think yeah, you saw the results for yourself. So yeah, that is good. That is a good thing. Yeah, and
So,
you'll see that you like it differentiated you. That is whole point. That's the whole point.
not only me, but my friends also. So, just a
Yeah.
hour and a half of talk that we had that day, or 2 months back, it just made so many people influence. And I did not have to tell everybody that this knowledge was passed on to me by Ganesh. But the universe bounces back. And so now,
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay.
Ganesh, thank you so much for being with us today. And it was a great experience talking to you. This podcast, when it goes online on social media, will definitely motivate a lot of other students and even working class. So thank you for being with us.
Yeah, thank you, Crusaders, for inviting me, and I wish you all the best. Yeah, Chitan Dwakesh, you're doing a good job. Just keep it up. Yeah, all the best.